Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Foodies. So Foodies is a 2 to 5 player game put out by Come On or Simon or however you want to pronounce that. Depends who you want to listen to. So, do I like it? Yeah, I kind of do. It's a game that sits in a space of it plays relatively quickly without having to worry too much about a whole bunch of finicky rules. So it's a good little spot for any gaming night. And I've pulled it out a few times and played it through a few times as just we've got a little bit of time, let's just play. The box says it's about 20 to 30 minutes. It might take up to 45, but it's within the ballpark. And that's a good thing. Really struggling with the times on the sides of boxes at the moment, but this is a conversation that has been mentioned by many people, and I probably won't be adding any more to it. I just noticed that with Foodies, it's just marked as a 20 to 30 minute game. You know, I wouldn't put money on that because there's always that thinking time, and that's the thing that slows it down. With Foodies, the explanation or gamesplanation of the game is actually quite straightforward. It's quite a short video, you'll notice. If you then go onto the gameplay, it's also a short video. What I noticed on the gameplay is that I brought into the way I play some of the things that I've missed or some of the things I've wanted to do. The problem is that I've brought them in and I've realized halfway through the gameplay or most of the way through the gameplay that way isn't necessarily the right way to play it. You'll see that I actually say about this isn't necessarily the right way to play near the end of the gameplay. So look, have a look at that and do really think about it, because I think this actually is a little bit deeper than what I was expecting before I did that gameplay. The whole idea of you're making money, and this is really the game, you've got a board of 9 spots, roll the dice, I know dice, but bear with it. You take some money and you can then purchase cards. Those cards go over the spots, and when that number is rolled, that's the card that will get action. In the gameplay, I just went for stars because stars is actually the point of the game. That's how to finish the game. That's how to win the game, is to get the most stars. And I fear on the very first play, I didn't have that stuck in my head. I was thinking, oh, make some money so I can then do some stuff. But it's actually the how you do the thing to get the points, to get the stars, to get the points, that is actually the important bit. The problem is that when I made the video of the gameplay, it's a matter of, okay, I'm going after those stars, but forgetting that you kind of still need to make money to be able to get the stars. There's a real nice little balance that exists on this game, that you have to go after the money to be able to get the stars, and then go after a whole bunch of stars really quickly. Every time I've played this game so far, I've noticed that we've finished the game without really being prepared for the finish of the game. It's just kind of come up on us really quickly, because what's happening is every person's turn, you're actioning your board. So if you're playing with a 5-player game, 5 people are going to roll that die and cause your board to be actioned before you are able to purchase another thing, another meal. That's really good. I really like the interactiveness of that, because someone rolls and everyone is acting on that. Sure, the person who's rolled then gets to purchase and do some other stuff, but because on their roll everyone's doing something, you have a connection to what's happening. I fear that if that didn't exist, you would sit there and just kind of twiddle your thumbs for a really long time, or what would feel like a really long time, waiting for the turn to get back around to you. I don't think this could actually go to the 5-player if that was the case. I really love on this game the ability to change what the board looks like. So there are 10 different food types that can be used. You're only using 5 in each game, which means that every game you're going to have a different combination of foods. Some of those foods speak into other foods, so there's little chili icons. If you get a whole bunch of chili icons in one of the countries, you're going to get money for, or stars or whatever, for having those chilies next to you. That's a really cool thing. Sometimes those chili icons aren't really in the game, but they're there, and just finding that balance between the two things is actually a really cool thing. There's also the ability for you to use these little pamphlet. It's a little chit that you can turn in to be able to use the spot next to the one that's rolled. And once again, that's a really good thing. It's a way to mitigate what has been rolled, or this dice roll thing. I think there's enough on this game to make it not about dice rolling, even though you roll the die, something happens. You roll the die, something happens. I feel that it's not a dice rolling game. It just happens to have that as one of the randomization mechanisms, or the randomization mechanism, if you will. There's a lot going on in this game, even though it doesn't look like much. So, look, I'll leave it there. Go ahead and watch my Gamesplay and Gamesplanation to get a feel for the game and see how the game could play. And you'll see what I was talking about with the need for income if you watch that. So, look, if you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.